Llywydd, pa gymorth mae Llywodraeth Cymru yn ddarparu weithwyr llawrydd y maes teledu a ffilm i sicrhau bod sgiliau'n cael ei ddefnyddio i'w cynnal yn y diwydiant.
Ers 2020, i ni wedi ariannu 51 o brosiectau yn y sector allweddol yma gan arwain at 342 miliwn o wariant yng Nghymru. Bydde llawer o weithwyr llawrydd wedi cael cyfleoedd i weithio o ganlyniad i'r buddsoddiad hwn.
Diolch yn fawr, Prif Weinid, a dwi'n gobeithio gafwch chi'r cyfle i wylio dros y dolyg a Gavin and Stacey Christmas Special. Nes i weld bod yna'n ddymuniad gyda chi. Ond mae hwnna'n un enghraifft yn dweud o lwyddiant raglenni teledu Cymreig. Mae raglenni Cymraeg yn cael ei werthu i gwmnïau fel Netflix, a dwi'n gweld bod un bore Mercher a Keeping Faith yn mynd i cael ei ddangos yn Korean ac yn Ffrangeg bellach. Ond wrth gwrs, tu ôl i'r llwyddiant, mae pobl. A fel y gwyddoch chi, mae Bectw wedi dweud bod diwydiant llawrydd yn poeni'n fawr am ei dyfodol, bron i hanner yn ddiwaith, a 78% yn stryglo i dalu bilion. A mae yna enghreifftiau diddorol o'r hyn yn digwydd gyda llywodraethau tramor fel yn Ffrainc ac Iwerddon i gefnogi y diwydiant llawrydd. Beth yn ymarferol y Llywodraeth Cymru yn wneud ymhellach i gynnal y diwydiant ac sicrhau bod raglenni Cymreig ar gael ar sgriniau dros y byd i gyd? Diolch yn fawr.
Wel, diolch yn fawr iawn, a chi'n iawn, dwi'n fan masif o Gavin and Stacey, fel fi siŵr bod rhan fwyaf o bobl yn y siambr yma. Oedd hi'n braf i weld Cymru cael ei adlewyrchu mewn ffordd really positif, a pobl Cymru yn cael ei weld mewn ffordd positif, a bod cymryd o bobl dros y Deyrnas Unedig a'r byd wedi gweld a fath o le ydyn ni. Ond chi'n iawn, mae'r sector, dwi'n meddwl, yn bwysig iawn i economi Cymru, ond mae'n hefyd yn werth ystyried bod nifer fawr o bobl wastad wedi gweithio yn llawrydd yn y sector yma. Dwi'n meddwl oedd fel perfect storm wedi digwydd achos oedd y pandemig a wedyn oedd y streiciau yn yr Unol Daleithiau. Dyna pam oedd cymaint o bobl ar un adeg allan o waith yn y sector yna. Mae wedi dod lawr rhywfaint, ond mae hwn yn broblem, fel ych chi'n gweud, sydd wedi effeithio ar bobl ar draws y diwydiant, ar draws Ewrop. Felly, fel dwi'n gweud, beth i ni wedi wneud fel Llywodraeth yw'r buddsoddiant yna, sydd ddim yn buddsoddiant bach, ond mae wedi arwain at 342 miliwn o bunnau. A beth sy'n digwydd wedyn yw bod pobl sy'n gweithio yn y diwydiant yn cael cyfle, y gweithwyr llawrydd yna, yn cael cyfle i weithio. Felly dyna sut i ni fel Llywodraeth yn helpu. A hefyd dwi'n meddwl bod ei werth gweud bod ni'n rhoi cymorth i ddatblygu sgiliau trwy'n cronfa sgiliau Cymru creadigol, a ni hefyd yn gweithio'n anuniongyrchol trwy raglenni partner fel y siop Un Stop gafodd ei lansio'n ddiweddar.
Gareth Davies.
Concerns have been raised by the film industry that funding provided through Pinewood and the Welsh Government is offered on in commercial terms through the market economic investor principle, which has historically favoured more established companies based outside of Wales and places smaller independent creators at a disadvantage. According to evidence submitted by Film Cymru, freelancers and service and facility companies are still at risk following COVID, and many have been unable to access support mechanisms. The Oxford Economics report commissioned by the Creative Industries Federation showed that Wales is projected to lose 26% of its creative jobs and see a 10% drop in creative industries' gross value added, so supporting the industry at its grassroots is important. Film Cymru do great work to support independent filmmakers by providing grants and investment for small start-up production companies, ensuring that those skills remain in Wales. But it's important that they have the resources to provide this support to creators. The reduction in the lottery funding, which is delegated by the Arts Council Wales, has also had a significant impact, and this is how Film Cymru receives its funding, but they are keen to attract more philanthropic donations. So I'd like to know what the Welsh Government is doing to encourage philanthropic donations to groups like Film Cymru that support independent filmmakers, and what the Welsh Government is doing to attract international investment in the industry. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much. I know for a fact that the creative sector and films and TV in particular is a core part of what we were trying to promote in the international strategy. And I think since that time, actually, we've seen the sector grow significantly in Wales. If you just looked at 2023 alone, the creative sectors in Wales generated an annual turnover of 1.5 billion, and that was an increase of 10.6% on the previous year. That is phenomenal growth and something that I think should be celebrated. And part of that was the 51 projects that we as a government have supported. And of course, we would encourage not just international investment, but also those philanthropic donations, as you suggested we should.
Mick Antonin.
First Minister, firstly, if I can declare an interest, my son works in the, as a freelancer in the film and TV industry. BECTU, the trade union to represent many of the freelancers, are saying that despite some slight recovery post the strike and post-COVID, 70% of freelancers are currently out of employment. Many are actually leaving the industry completely, and of course many of them have very little access to any form of state benefits as a effectively self-employed freelancer, which causes a significant problem. One of the major problems, as I understand it, from the trade union BECTU, is that many of the people in the industry that work as freelancers are often imported from outside Wales, so we're not actually maximising the use of the Welsh skills and so on, and that is sort of a cultural problem within the industry itself. So I'm wondering what can be done to refocus within Wales on the use of Welsh freelancers for productions that take place within Wales, but also the support is necessary to retain the skills in the industry.
Well, thanks very much. And you're quite right. I know that BECTU, which was my old union, that they made a suggestion that in July 2024 they carried out a report, and those working in the sector were around out of work, or about 68%. By July, from February to July, that had fallen to 52%, so it gives you some sense that actually there's quite a lot of change going on, but 52% is still phenomenally high. It is a very tough industry. The nature of much of the industry is that they take people on a freelance basis. And of course, we as a government would always encourage any investors or any local companies to use Welsh freelancers. We have extremely talented freelancers here in Wales, and I don't see why there is a need to import people from outside if we have those skills here in Wales.